pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles basketball. We are at the home of the Eagles at the Sports Center Arena. My name is Jeff Surgeon. Working alongside me is Richard Moses. And Richard, it's a good time to be home. The ladies have had a couple of tough road games, and this is their first game here at the arena.
Yeah, I think they're really excited about getting started tonight, Jeff. Last season was exciting, winning the regional tournament and going on to nationals. And this season they're in for a lot more excitement. I'm excited to see what goes on here tonight.
We've got about 9 minutes or so, actually a little bit more than that, till tip-off. Earlier this afternoon, I had an opportunity to talk to Coach Jared Sellers. Here with Coach Jared Sellers. It's the Lady Eagles home opener for this new season. Coach, before we talk about this season, let's think about last season, reminisce. It was a regional championship. Tell us about how you build from that.
Well, we had a good year last year. Winning the region was our goal, and we finished the season 21-12, and it was a great year for us. This year we want to come back and build on that. We want to at least compete for the region championship again and then hope to get to the national tournament, which is in Missouri again. Overall, last season was great. We had some key players that played great for us and helped carry us down the stretch. And it's going to be good, or it's going to be interesting looking in the start of this season where we're going to find those players to step up for us this year.
We lost a couple of big-time scorers. You talk about the new players this year. How inexperienced or how young is the team this year?
Well, we're not that young, but we are inexperienced. We do return a few starters, but we lost about 25 points a game and about 12 to 14 rebounds a game. So we lost a lot of players that really carried the load for us. And so some players who sat on the bench and didn't get a lot of playing time have to really step up and come in this year and carry a lot of weight for us. So we're not real young. We only have about 3 freshmen, but we are at times inexperienced.
First 2 games of the season, tough losses. It's our first game here at home, which I know we're excited about. I know the trend is to schedule the tougher teams early before we get into the regional play. Tell me about the philosophy behind that.
Well, typically last year we didn't. Last year we scheduled a little easier to start the year, but this year I thought we were ready to toughen it up and really play a hard schedule to begin with and then prepare us more for our conference play. But we did not play real well. I was really disappointed in the way we played at Belhaven the first game of the year. I didn't think we competed real well. I didn't think we defended. We definitely didn't rebound. And then we played Faulkner the other night. And Faulkner's they have a great program, and we played well. We competed with them most of the game. We just really didn't shoot well. If we'd had a few more shots and buckets go our way, I think the game could have been a lot closer. But those are 2 high-level teams who are going to do real well in NAIA Division I, and hopefully those 2 games are going to help us tonight to defend a little bit better and be a little bit more physical. Tonight's
opponent, Judson College, NCCAA Division I, so they are very talented. They bring a good bit of scoring into this game. How do you prepare for Judson?
Well, we played them last year. They have a lot of the similar players. We did well against them last year. Their coach is in her second year, so she's starting to get things a little bit more established with their program. We're going to try to do some things. We're going to try to get up and down the court a little bit better tonight. They only play 9 players. They're really about 7 deep. So we're going to try to push the ball a little bit more and see if our depth can't kind of wear them out a little bit. Hopefully we're going to do some things to kind of frustrate a few of their players that are real talented and throw some different defenses at them tonight and see if we can't confuse them a little bit.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Coach Jared Sellers about tonight's opponent, Judson College from Marion, Alabama. They are NCCAA Division I, so they tend to get some I believe the Division I are allowed to give some scholarships. I'm not sure if Judson does that, but one thing that is interesting, Richard, they only bring 7 to the game tonight. A small roster, sometimes that can come back to bite you, but if you've got a good rotation and your people don't foul habitually, then they should be okay.
Right, and you're right about the division scholarships. Last year, before we moved to Division II NCCAA here at Pensacola, we were the only team in our division that had no scholarship players, actually. And this Judson team tonight, they only did bring 7 players, and it looks like we dressed 15 for the Eagles. So we'll be able to have the deep bench, unlike Judson College, and we'll see if that helps us later on in the game.
Pensacola Christian, as Coach mentioned, off to an 0-2 start against a couple of tough opponents. Leading the scoring against Faulkner the other night was Alyssa Loudermilk. She had 19 points, played almost 30 minutes of the ball game. So the coach is asking a lot of these starters early on in this season. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust. Playing 2 tough games on the road, coming home, it's so much easier when you play where you practice.
Oh, for sure.
They already seem more relaxed here than they would on an away game. It's just nice to be home. I really expect the Eagles to play competitive and probably come away with a win tonight.
Right. I think the same thing. I think they've got a good fan base, like we said last week with the guys. I mean, we always have good fans here at the PCC Eagles gym. And Alyssa Loudermilk, she's used to the pressure. Last year she did the same thing, led the Eagles in scoring in several games, played several minutes for every game that she was in, and she did great things for us, and she's one of the returning starters that Coach Sellers was talking about earlier. But I'm interested to see. We have another player back with us this year, Morgan Van Hook. She sat out a year. Now she's back playing for the Eagles. And, yes, like we talked about how they already lost a few of their key scorers, but I think some of these returners and some of these new starters getting more playing time, getting more comfortable with their game, along with how Coach works them into the system, after tonight's game, they'll really see after their first home game, how the rest of the season is going to play out, I think.
Now, a crowd favorite, and one of my favorite players to watch is Mabel Valdez. She is just fantastic ball handler. Against Faulkner, however, 6 rebounds, as well as a couple assists and 6 points as well. Only 2 of 10 shooting, though. That's uncharacteristic of Mabel, but she is really fun to watch. She can direct that offense like Coach Sellers wants her to do, and when she's on, when she is doing well, not turning the ball over, a lot of times as Mabel goes, so goes the Eagles.
Yes, that's very true, and I think maybe the reason that she had that 2 for 10 is that maybe this year she's having to take a few more shots because they do lose that scoring from last year. But if she's able to step up later in the season especially and really put herself out there, then she could be a great asset to this Eagle team late in their season.
We're a couple minutes away from the starting lineup, so let's talk about the Lady Eagles' schedule. Of course, this is their 3rd game of the season. This weekend, the 14th and 15th, they travel up to Knoxville, Tennessee, Johnson University. It's their, wouldn't call it the holiday tournament, but it's their fall tournament, and they will take on Grace Bible College and then Johnson University this weekend, and then the Lady Eagles will be back home on Monday the 17th to take on Huntington College. That will be a streamed event. And then Hawassa on the road, LaGrange on the road, and that takes you into the 3rd weekend of November. The men are in action tonight as well.
In Mobile University, yes, sir, right up the road, an hour away. And they'll also be here. We have a doubleheader Saturday night, actually, with the streaming. Monday night.
Yes.
Monday night with the streaming. We have a doubleheader with the boys playing Huntington and the girls playing, as we said earlier. The girls tonight, I think, are going to be good because of how we said they're in the Eagles gym. And tonight, as a Tuesday night, I didn't think there would be many fans here, but there's people showing up, Jeff, as the game time approaches.
6 o'clock Central Time is where we're at here, and what we have seen, and we're always disappointed in the turnout with ladies basketball. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is a lot of times. Ladies basketball has become more popular over the years, but a lot of times you'll see the crowd start to grow as the evening goes on, as the students finish up their classes, their dinner. I would think by second half we may have a pretty decent crowd here in the lower level of the arena.
Yeah, and the girls here getting ready to go for their first home game of their 2014-2015 PCC Lady Eagles basketball team. Again, Coach Jared Sellers and assistant coach Adrian Wilson. They're ready to get underway here tonight in just about 30 seconds.
Coaches for Judson College, the Eagles as well, Cynthia White and Sarah Fowler, the assistant. We are about ready for the public address announcer, so let's go ahead and pause for that and hear the starting lineups.
Good evening and welcome to the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena of Pensacola Christian College. We welcome our guests from Marion, Alabama, the Judson College Eagles, to the home of the PCC Eagles. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition, upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy this evening's competition. Before announcing the starting lineups, please stand as we will be led in prayer by Mr. Steve Manciagli of the Engineering Department. Following the prayer, remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by junior Marissa Moore.
Let's pray together. Dear Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for each athlete here. We pray for safety for the athletes. Help them to have an excellent testimony for you on the court. Help us to cheer in a way that honors you and pleases you as well. We pray that you'd be honored. Thank you for your wonderful gift of salvation that you so freely give to us. Thank you for loving us and for caring for us. Thank you for our veterans that have served our country. Please bless them and those serving actively as well. And we give you thanks and praise in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Officials for tonight's game: Barry Roberts, Olivia Black, and Clifford Harris.
Starting 5 for Judson College. From Columbus, Georgia, a guard at 5'3", a senior, Yvonne Nguyen. A junior at 5'6", a guard from Selma, Alabama, Katie McIntyre. From Sampson, Alabama, a forward at 5'10", a senior, Bianca Phillips. From Saraland, Alabama, a guard at 5'9", a junior, Dana Graham. And from Hewiton, Alabama, a forward, 5'11", a senior, Ashlyn Ingram. And the Judson College is coached by Cynthia White, and the assistant coach is Sarah Fowler. And now, the 2014-2015 Lady Eagles, protecting that starting 5. Number 13, from Greenwood, South Carolina, a sophomore at 5'10", guard Alyssa Loudermilk. Number 10, at 5'6", a guard, a senior from Valdosta, Georgia, Mabel Valdez. At 5'9", a guard, a junior from Sugar Grove, North Carolina, number 20, Hannah Shep. From Lexington, South Carolina, a junior forward at 5'7", number 30, Mo Davis. And at 6 foot, a center junior from Unionville, Tennessee, number 35, Lydia Hempstead. The Lady Eagles are coached by Jared Sellers going into his 4th year, and the assistant coach is Adrian Wilson. Our officials for tonight are Olivia Black, Barry Roberts, and Clifford Harris.
Public address announcer Jonathan Bird doing a masterful job as always. Once again, my name is Jeff Surgeon, Richard Moses with me, and we are ready for basketball action here at the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena in Pensacola, Florida. Thank you for watching us via live stream, and we hope to have a very competitive ladies ball game for you. Bear with me, both teams are the Eagles, so we will try to call Judson and Pensacola Christian either PCC or the Eagles, so bear with us. Judson obviously in the black with the red trim, Pensacola Christian in their home white and the blue trim. Lydia Hempstead will jump against Dana Graham. And this is Mabel Valdez. This is Hempstead. Wide open underneath Alyssa Loudermilk. Picking up where she left off the other night. Really 3 or 4 guards on this team, but they are extremely quick, Judson is. This is Yvonne Wynn. And over in the corner for an air ball, that was Bianca Phillips. Here come your Eagles. There's a 3 for Loudermilk. Good way to start.
That's a fantastic way to start, Jeff. I really like this defense the Eagles have going on here. They have, it looks like a box and 1 or a zone and 1. Mabel Valdez there singling out number 15, and then everyone else in the zone.
They're respecting Dana Graham's athleticism. There's a block from Hempstead. Nice outlet pass. This is Mabel Valdez. Too far underneath the basket, and here comes Judson. This is Dana Graham.
Another turnover by Judson.
Ashlyn Ingram wasn't ready for the pass, but I believe it was double tipped, so it will stay underneath with Judson. Another air ball from Ashlyn. Quick, fast break down the court. That is Alyssa Loudermilk.
With 9 points, 7 points.
And Judson's going to take a timeout. Cynthia White does not and cannot like what she sees this early with Pensacola Christian on the transition baskets set up by a couple of really poor shots by Judson.
No, she's not happy at all. We can see that by watching her right now. You know, I think they're just not – the Eagles, they're here at their gym like we talked about before. They're coming out ready to play. And Judson, you know, they're laying back a little bit here at first. So once they get in their rhythm, we'll see how it goes.
One thing about I've never been to Judson's arena, but a lot of times what I've heard from players that come here for the first time is the depth perception. Although this is considered a Division II smaller Christian school, our arena is comparable to many Division I NCAA arenas, and the depth perception can get you early on. So I think you're right. Judson gets into the game, the air balls will stop. This is Graham. And another turnover.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. The Eagles look like they really are ready for this Judson team tonight. I think they're feeding off those 2 losses that we talked about, those tough losses, and tonight they're ready for a win.
Good backdoor cut
And
underneath by Mo Davis. She'll go to the line.
It's number 30, Mo Davis, a junior from Lexington, South Carolina, at the line. And she sinks the second, and it's Judson ball.
This is Yvonne Wynn. Here's McIntyre. And it'll be a blocking foul.
On Hempstead, I think.
Hempstead, okay. That's team foul number 1 on the Pensacola Christian Eagles. They are doing everything they can to try to get Graham involved, but the defense is awesome. That's a good look underneath, but just a poor luck. And here come the Lady Eagles. Wide open lane for Mabel. She's fouled. They got to count that.
That was a great move inside. Saw the open lane, took it right up strong. Got the foul, and now it's a possibility for a 3-point play here by Mabel Valdez.
That wasn't really even a continuation foul. She was on her way to the basket, had made her plans, and defense was just late.
Yeah, Judson actually had numbers down there too, 3-on-2, and Eagles took advantage of their miscommunication.
See how the Eagles spread the floor on the fast break, though, and that makes that defense spread out too. Hempstead underneath. Judson with a fast break. The 2-on-4. Eagles back quickly, and Judson will have to set it up. McIntyre, this is Wynn. Tipped out of bounds. Judson will keep it. Good quick defense from Melissa Loudermilk. She came to play tonight.
Judson has found themselves in a quick hole here, Jeff, in the first 3 minutes of this basketball game. 10-0. And I think that's their 5th, maybe 6th turnover of the night due to the Eagles' fantastic defense so far.
So far, I have not seen really much of a motion offense. A lot of standing around for Judson. Part of that can be attributed to the defense of the Eagles.
Well, you do remember Coach Sellers talking about his defensive plans earlier tonight in our interview, and he was right. He was ready for this Judson team tonight.
That's Mo Davis. You can't leave her open.
You can't. She was wide open right there in the baseline.
Trying to post up Ingram, and that'll be a jump ball. Stays with Judson. Wynn thought about it. Now they're going to post up Phillips. Push foul on Hempstead. That should be number 2. Look for a substitution. Four minutes into the game. And Liddy with 2 fouls. Coach not looking to substitute yet.
Well, I don't think there's anybody else on this Eagles team that has the size of Hempstead down low, so he wants to keep that size inside for as long as he can. Hopefully she'll calm down a little bit, play a little bit slower defense, and be able to keep out of foul trouble.
Good defense that time from Dana Graham, the 5'9" junior.
Some of her athleticism that we were talking about coming through there, Jeff.
Mo Davis out of bounds. It's a Ship trying to post up Hempstead. Nowhere to go with it. Valdez up top. There's a good look off the rim. That's Loudermilk. Judson will get it. I'm not sure what Judson can do here to generate some offense. But so far, it's been all PCC defense.
We saw Graham there looking at Coach coming up the floor that last run as Mabel Valdez stuck right close to her the whole way up. They're not wanting her to be able to get going tonight, as she does a lot of work for this Judson team when she gets hot.
There's Wynn off the back of the iron. And some mass substitutions getting ready to come in for the Eagles. Mabel Valdez, Loudermilk. Hempstead. Davis, thought about it. Took the easier layup instead. That's a good high percentage shot. Mo Davis. Another air ball. There's Katie McIntyre, and the crowd's going to let her hear about it. Here's Mabel. Hempstead.
Yeah, Jeff, we talked about earlier in the pregame that Coach is going to utilize this deep bench of his over this Judson team. And with five new players coming in for the Eagles in just a second here, he's really going to do that.
There's a good look underneath. Ingram had position, and smart of the Eagles not to foul. She had the position. They're not really guarding the Eagles that tightly, and that's leaving some lanes like that one from Loudermilk in and out. And Judson College brings it down by 11. Bianca Phillips did have position. There's Ingram. She'll be fouled.
Foul was on number 30, Mo Davis. Number 22, Ashlyn Ingram of Judson University at the line.
5 new players for the Eagles are coming in. Good luck trying to keep up with all these names.
Yeah. Looks like number 14, Holly Zorka. Number 11, Ashley Bethel. Number 24, Brooke Bronis. Number 21, Elizabeth Hedler. And number 23, or no, excuse me, not 23. Number 33, Emily Kendall checking in for the Eagles. And this is a fiery squad they've got going on here.
That is Holly Zorka that took that 3, and I can tell you right now, she can make them. I don't know if it was the Clearwater game or the Bob Jones game last year. She lit up the scoreboard.
She did, I remember.
So we know she's got it in her.
This lineup Coach has going on right now is a little bit smaller, but it looks like a little bit quicker there, Jeff. That's number 10 or number 11, Ashley Bethel guarding closely, and it's another turnover by Judson University.
So I'm still trying to figure out everybody out on the court. When they make mass substitutions like this, it's tough. Elizabeth Helder is number 21. That's the only one I didn't have. So bear with us. This is the first time we've seen the Lady Eagles play this year. It may take me a moment or two to figure out who's who. That was a block by Dana Graham all the way down and blew the layup. Rebound, Holly Zorka. And here comes Bethel. Posting up 2 underneath. Bethel's going to take it in.
Great rebound underneath by number 33, Emily Kendall there.
Kendall's going to go to the line to shoot 2. That foul is on Ashley Ingram, the tallest player on the Judson College team, and Ingram's got 2 fouls. This defense is just insane. They have nowhere to go, Richard. Nowhere to go with the basketball. They're just so tentative right now on where to pass it.
Yeah, this is the masterful coaching job of Coach Jared Sellers in that defense right here. He was ready for this game tonight, I'll tell you what.
And another turnover. Holly Zorka with great defense. Knocked out of bounds from Dana Graham.
Every single one of the Lady Eagles has showed an urgency about their defensive game tonight so far.
This is Zorka. Turnover. Dana Graham didn't blow that one. 9-point lead now for the Lady Eagles.
It's been a scoreless couple of minutes for them, though, but they're still looking like they're ready to go. Here's Brooke Bronis.
Good post move. Brooke Bronis with the basket and a chance for a 3-point play. Ashley Bethel set that up, bringing it around, made that defense kind of sag out a little bit, and it gave Brooke an opportunity underneath the post up.
Yeah, that's Brooke Bronis, number 24, from right here in Pensacola, Florida.
Offensive rebound. Oh, almost another opportunity for a 3-point play. Emily Kendall, and she will go to the line to shoot 2. And the fouls are stacking up quickly against Judson, who only brought 7 in uniform. So Phillips and Ingram both for Judson with 2 fouls.
This is Emily Kendall's 4th free throw attempt of the night. She's 0 for 4 so far.
That's Casal, new player into the game for Judson. Here's Wynn. Graham underneath to Phillips. Coach Sellers wanting them to push it. And another turnover for the Lady Eagles. That was Ashley Bethel.
Yeah, just lost control there at that last second, Jeff. I think she was trying to dump the ball off, but she just couldn't get out of her hands.
A little bit out of control that time.
Mm-hmm.
Dana Graham. And a touch foul from Holly Zorka. Seven times out of 10, that doesn't get called.
It was his turn, I think.
A couple years ago, colleges started calling that touch foul a whole lot closer. Players had to adjust, give the offensive player their space. This is Bethel, left wide open, in and out. They're not afraid to pull the trigger.
No, this Lady Eagles team looks like they're going to be hot from the three-point line this year. Once they get settled in their rotation and get settled here in this gym tonight, they're going to be making those three-pointers. And 5 new players for the Eagles. Number 22.
Monica Tamulidice, we're going to call her Monica T. And number 20, I believe Hannah Ship is back in.
Yeah, Monica, the only new player checking in for the Lady Eagles. Monica is from Lithuania.
She worked with me before the game.
To get that name
to
right?
Get her pronunciation. She made me say it. I promise you. I said I want to get it right, and I never did get it right.
Yeah.
And I looked at Coach Sellers, and I said, can I just call her Monica T? And he said, that's what I call her.
Monica T.
And he's the coach. So we know who she is. I just don't want to butcher her name anymore. So.
Well, it might be normal over in Lithuania, but we're not able to interpret it too well here.
Well, we've got a timeout here. 11:42 to go. We'll take timeout with them. Much more relaxed. We're doing great.
I think so.
Tired?
Just hungry. Got a lot to do tonight.
What?
Get ready for tomorrow to leave.
Yeah. All right, back to action.
There's Mabel Valdez again, not giving number 15 from Judson any space.
That was
another turnover.
Great defensive play from Alyssa Loudermilk. And I believe Judson thought it was out on Alyssa, but it was actually tipped and out on Judson. So Pensacola Christian with an opportunity to build on this 11-point lead. This is Loudermilk. Now Mabel tried to force it into a double team, and it didn't work. And Judson College down by 11, trying to cut into this lead. This
Deep three.
Win. Had a good look, just didn't go in. Now, just the last couple of possessions a little sloppy for the Eagles. See if they can. And there's another turnover. Coach Sellers cannot be happy about this. Good look underneath to win. Foul will be on number 22, Monica T. That's her first team foul, number 7.
I think the Lady Eagles just need to remember their focus again. Like we said before, the men's Eagles team had a theme this year of striving together for one purpose. The Lady Eagles team is focused, and they're focusing on their purpose as well. And their purpose tonight is to win this game, Jeff, so they just need to remember their focus and execute well.
Hannah Ship quickly down court, and she's got the ball again. That's Mo Davis. That's a 2. Rebound Ashley Ingram, and here comes Judson College again. They've had their opportunities in transition. Win. Good look underneath, and another turnover. Oh, they're going to call a jump ball, and that will be Eagles basketball. Good hustle.
Hannah Ship will bring it up this time, Jeff.
You know, they're leaving Mo Davis open in the corner. I think she needs to take that shot every time they're going to leave her open.
Or maybe cut to the basket and get that easy layup.
Yes. They've seen something with it. Here's another corner. They either give it to them or they get a good look inside. Oh, nice shooter's touch from Mabel Valdez. She'll take it.
Yeah, her facial reaction didn't show like she was too happy with that shot, but it went in, so we'll take it. And the Eagles back up by 11. Another deep 3 by Judson there.
Here comes Valdez, and it'll be a touch foul. Number 15, Dana Graham. Dana's first foul. And team foul number 6 on Judson College. Quick substitution, Holly Zorka is going to come in. She'll give Monica T a rest. Good hustle from Monica on defense. They bring Holly in for offense. She's in the corner now. Let's see if they try to get a play for Holly here.
Maybe some of that hot 3-point shooting.
That was Mo Davis. Shot off the backboard. Most of these are unforced turnovers. Hannah Ship. And where's the foul?
Looks like on Ship, she'll have 3 chances at the line.
Maddie Casal. Is that right? Yep. Number 4. Number 4 for Judson, Maddie Casal. Her first. Team foul number 7.
Coach Sellers down here gathering his girls together, giving them their thought for the next few plays. Trying to work in Zorka, it sounds like, for that baseline play that we were already talking about. And they're not even going to go down and try to rebound. They're just going to get back on D and get another turnover, hopefully.
Free throw shooting has been horrendous. I'm stating the obvious.
Yeah. I think that's their 7th that they've missed tonight. Looks like they'll be shooting a lot of those in practice the rest of the week.
Goodness.
And that's 0 for 3 from Hannah Ship.
McIntyre trying to post up Phillips underneath. They're going to swing it around. This is Wynn up top again. Graham. Long 3. That was pretty. And that's what Graham can do, and that's why they've had Mabel in her face
the whole night
on defense. They're going to swing it over here to Zorka.
Beautiful shot by Zorka in the corner. And we had just talked about that, Jeff. We had just talked about how they're going to open that up, that great substitution and that good 3-pointer Zorka, and they have that open corner all the time.
Now the next time down,
they're going to cheat
the
it.
Defense cheats out. You're going to get a look inside with the post up.
You're right. That's fabulous. Almost got it to go.
Wynn being guarded by Zorka.
Coach Sellers yelling on that last possession and
Graham.
going for the layup.
Graham's got a good-looking shot that just aren't falling for her. She's got one. Loudermilk, wanted to give it to Valdez and then decided to go cross court. Bad decision. So for Judson to get back into this game, they're going to have to – it's obvious they've settled to take outside shots. They're just going to have to make some of their shots. In and out again. Eagles in transition. Mabel Valdez, reach foul not called. There's a good look underneath.
Wide open underneath.
Listen, Loudermilk cut to the basket. And a 13-point lead for the Lady Eagles.
Lady Eagles in total control of this basketball game. We've seen some sloppy plays from them, but for the majority of the time, they have been in complete control of this basketball game so far tonight.
Oh, good look underneath, but a good foul, really, if you want to call it a good foul. Mo Davis saved the 2, but she does pick up her second foul. Judson will go to the line to shoot 2. This will be Katie McIntyre, junior from Selma, Alabama.
Judson making the points count when they can.
Emily Kendall and Morgan Van Hook. Morgan, I believe, making her first appearance of the night. And you mentioned she didn't play last year, correct?
Right. She sat out a year. She said she was focusing on her studies and stuff. She's a science biology major with wanting to do physical therapy, so she needs to get her grades up. And then now she's back and she's ready to play. She's excited about playing. So she's ready to get in there tonight, her first home game.
Here's Loudermilk again. Good look. Just off the back of the iron. And this is win for Judson. Judson just doesn't seem focused right now. Not anticipating passes. Loudermilk nowhere to go with it. And it's another turnover for the Eagles. Well, Coach Sellers certainly has a lot to work on. 11-point lead, but a lot to work on, which is a good thing. Come out and play a perfect game, your first game at home, makes it tougher, but he's got a lot with free throws and turnovers. Post underneath, that was Bianca Phillips with the missed field goal. Here's Morgan Van Hook. Underneath Emily Kendall, there's Zorka. Was that tipped?
Looks like it was tipped in the corner, yes.
There's Wynn.
Great rebound by Van Hook there, pushing the ball up the floor.
Oh, nice feed underneath. Just couldn't connect. And that was a good foul from Emily Kendall.
This Eagles team looking to Loudermilk a lot for scoring. And I think maybe later on in their season, they're going to have to find those other people that can do more for them too, especially in the games that teams like are going to do to us, just like what we're doing to Judson tonight and shutting down their big number 15. There's other teams that are going to shut down our big number 13, and we're going to have to look to other players to do our scoring for us. So I'll be interested to see as the season goes on who else steps up and they look to for a lot of scoring from the Eagles.
I believe that Coach Sellers has cleared the bench. 2 new players, Darby McCosh and Danielle Crocker. Number 23 and number 12, respectively.
Darby McCosh from Marietta, Georgia, and Danielle Crocker from Prince Frederick, Maryland, excuse me.
Good in and out basketball, and oh, they're going to call a foul. My goodness. Dana Graham doesn't like that.
It didn't look like a foul from here either, but hopefully we'll sink some free throws here.
Coach White from Judson questioning the call. That's Dana's second. Judson with 3 players with 2 fouls.
There's the veteran Mabel Valdez showing us how to make free throws at the line there.
Yvonne Wynn with the basketball for Judson College. That's Telly just into the game, and a bank 3-pointer, and she smiles as she comes down the court. Probably not how she had it planned, but it went in anyway. Valdez really nowhere to go with it, and it's a turnover for the Eagles off the missed basket. Here comes Judson again. Judson basketball. If they're not careful, Richard, they're going to let Judson back into this game the way feel a little bit of momentum right now for Judson College.
And that'll be a timeout by Coach Jared Sellers. And we can take a timeout here with him, Jeff.
If you're watching tonight via live stream, we thank you for watching Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles basketball. The Lady Eagles 25-16 with the lead. They've been in control, but they've missed a lot of free throws, and probably the last 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game have made some poor decisions that have allowed Judson to stay in this game, or it would be more of a blowout than it is. Judson with another turnover. And this is Morgan Van Hook now with the basketball. Mabel Valdez, good look underneath. Kendall is clobbered. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Fouls on number 15, Dana Graham from Judson College, and that is her 3rd foul. Maddie Casal will come in for Dana Graham. Dana with 3 fouls rather, and she'll probably set out the rest of the first half. Emily Kendall. And it's back to an 11-point lead. You can probably hear Coach Sellers over our microphone explaining, don't get your hands down here, you keep them up on a press. Make it hard for them to pass the basketball. When you get your hands down, that's where the fouls come. And that's what happened. And Judson with an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Yeah, both teams here in the bonus now, Jeff.
Actually, it was was it a 1-and-1?
1-and-1, yeah, because
no, I'm sorry, double bonus.
Oh, the Eagles are on the double bonus, yeah. So they'll be taking 2.
Both teams for the next 4.5 minutes shoot 2, no matter what. There was some confusion. Some players thought it was a 1-and-1. And the Lady Eagles now up by 10, looking to go up by 12 or 13. Darby McCosh, couple of opportunities missed, and Judson College, Katie McIntyre's bringing it down. This is Wynn, Telly, Castle. It's Phillips, almost in, but she'll go to the line for 2.
It's another foul on McCosh.
The lower level here of the Sports Center Arena filling up a little bit at a time. Nothing like we'd like to see it, but
it's getting there as the night goes on.
There's Morgan Van Hook. Nice shot just off the front of the iron. This is Telly now. Back up to Wynn. Trying to post up Phillips, and she dribbles it off of her foot. It'll be a jump ball. Pensacola Christian College Eagles with possession.
Coach subbing out once again. He likes to keep these girls fresh, subbing in lots at a time so nobody gets too tired and able to keep up this really tight defense. It's still worked for them so far. Judson is starting to figure it out a little bit and get into some rhythm. So it'll be interesting to see here in the second half if we'll be able to contain this lead. And with turnovers like that, we'll have a difficult time doing it. So hopefully the Eagles as well get their stuff together and are able to make some really good offensive plays in the second half.
What's hurting Judson right now is I would say their best player in Graham is on the bench with 3 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
Mo wanted to.
Another turnover there by the Eagles.
Should have been better off just taking the shot.
Yeah.
Win. Oh, nice.
That was a very nice play.
That was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yvonne Wynn, a 5'3" senior from Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah, and just like that, Jeff, it's 27-20. The Eagles only having a 7-point lead now. We were just talking about how they get their stuff together. They're going to need to keep this lead up, so we'll see what they can do here this last couple minutes of the first half here.
Well, visiting teams, a lot of times it takes 5-10 minutes of game time to get into the rhythm and get used to the court, get used to the depth perception. And Judson, not a bad three-point shooting team. They haven't done well tonight, but if they get in their rhythm and hit some shots.
This could very easily be a close basketball game or a lead for Judson University.
They just keep throwing it up there. Eventually it'll go in, I guess. Not a bad look. Doing their best to post up. Good in and out basketball. Oh, nice look to Loudermilk, and she blew the layup. And another turnover for Pensacola Christian. Coach Sellers is beside himself.
As the season progresses, I think the Eagles team here will be able to find out who and what's in good. And there it is, Alyssa Loudermilk. And it's another turnover by the Eagles. But as I was saying, I think this Eagles team, since they are young and they said inexperienced, the more experience they get with each other, they'll be able to cut down on all these turnovers because they're going to know where people are going. They're going to know what people are going to like to do. And they're going to be able to use that to push themselves to be better offensively. Right now with this new players on the court, people that haven't played much on the court, along with veterans, they're having to figure out where everybody is the best fit. And there's Alyssa Loudermilk once again, and it'll be a foul this time. She'll go to the line. We'll see if she can sink a couple free throws.
First time seeing the Lady Eagles this year for both of us. But in my opinion, for what it matters, Alyssa is probably the best player on the team this year. I mean, as far as she's just got the poise. I'm not taking anything away from the rest of them. What I've seen early on, she's got the confidence. And as you said, as you pointed out, they are trying to go through her a lot. So, but as you said as well, they are going to have to find someone else to step up because if somebody shuts her down on defense, what do? So far, I haven't seen anybody really willing to.
Like we talked about earlier, we know that Mabel Valdez can step up if she needs to. We know that Holly Zorka can put on a shooting clinic for us if she needs to, and she's on that night. But just those girls have to be on, have to be ready. And there's number 12 Wynn in the corner again for 2 for Judson College.
28-23.
And just like that, Judson's cut it to a 5-point lead.
If I'm coaching Judson, and you told me how the game was going to start out, and I would only be down by 5 or 3 at halftime, I'll tell you you're crazy. But that's where we're at. They've just keep plugging away, and the Lady Eagles have missed so many free throws. and have just played sloppy basketball.
Yeah, and with their best player on the bench right now, they've actually done better in the last 5 minutes when she's been out than when she's been in the whole game. There's another three-pointer in the corner by number 13, Judson University.
McIntyre.
And here it is, a 2-point game with 25 seconds to go. The Eagles once led by almost 14 tonight.
There's Loudermilk.
And she'll sink the three.
Good way to answer. That's a good way to answer.
That was a much-needed three there by the Eagles, especially here in the late seconds of the first half.
Oh, good defense. And that's the way the half will end. Alyssa Loudermilk holding on to the basketball to make sure she doesn't turn it over. And it's a 5-point lead, 31-26. Lady Eagles with a lead over Judson College. We'll be back with second half action in about 15 minutes.
So you're choosing a college, and you want a lot out of a college, like high-level academics, quality faculty, and plentiful resources.
How about a focus on spiritual growth and plenty of extracurricular opportunities, all in a stable environment that has been designed to help you grow personally, professionally, and spiritually?
You see, Pensacola Christian College has been the perfect fit for me, and I think you might find it to be the perfect fit for you as well.
So come join in, and you'll see why Pensacola Christian College is everything that you've been looking for.
One of the main reasons I came to PCC, the quality of the academics. I came here because I didn't want a place that would just give me an education, but a place that would really prepare me to engage my field on a professional level. I love the academics here. They're designed to push and stretch me, giving me a thorough understanding of all my subjects and a knowledge of how to use them. Going to any college and taking a couple courses wasn't what I had in mind. I wanted a place where the faculty were qualified, the subjects thoroughly explored, and courses designed with me in mind. Since the college offers a wide variety of concentrations in so many areas, I was able to study exactly what I needed.
The quality of the academics at PCC is amazing. I'm a transfer student, and compared to the other schools I went to, PCC is incredible.
Our goal is to take the theoretical, compare that with Scripture, and then apply it in the classroom in a practical way.
The faculty here are fantastic. They're extremely knowledgeable and always willing to help us along every step of the way.
The teachers try to focus on God in every lesson. They really bring that out in the way they come across and what they're trying to teach us from a godly, biblical perspective.
I love to see students when they finally get a concept. Working one-on-one is probably the most rewarding part of teaching.
While the academics here at PCC are fantastic, what drives our standard for excellence is our focus on the Word of God. We daily take time out with chapel and campus church services to look into God's Word. And we are blessed to hear from a variety of speakers from all over the country, as well as our own campus church pastor. Here at the campus church, the Word of God is exalted.
It is a joy to have our college students participate in the campus church while they're here. To be part of a local vibrant church with strong biblical preaching, wonderful worshipful music, and to get to hear so many men of God preach in chapel. And on top of all that, to have fellowship with hundreds of young people just like you that have given their life for service is an essential component of the Christian college experience.
That was one of the highlights of our day, but there's still many more to come.
That's right. Like now we're headed to one of my favorite classes of the day.
Yeah? What's that?
Lunch. Now, I don't know what you think of college food, but I bet you weren't thinking this. Now I'm heading over to the Sports Center for PE class. You know, climbing one of the largest rock walls in the country is a pretty awesome way to spend class. Come on, let me show you. Now, don't think that college is all about books and papers and homework. It's not. It's about so much more than that. It's about developing in lots of different areas. For instance, I get to do this for a class. And when you're not in class, there are all sorts of extracurricular things to do. So, whether you're attending an Eagles game with a friend, playing ball for your collegian, taking part in a fine arts program, or just sharpening your skills on the flow rider, there's always something to do.
So now you've seen a little bit of Pensacola Christian College, but there's a lot you haven't seen yet.
So take a look at us online at pccinfo.com for even more information about the college.
And we'd love to encourage you to come for a visit and stay in one of the residence halls so you can see for yourself what it's like to join in at PCC.
Now, you may be saying that all of this sounds great, but you can't really afford a college education anyway. Well, that's where the good news comes in. You see, PCC has been blessed to be one of the most affordable colleges around. And with our available scholarships and our work assistance program, money really doesn't have to be an issue.
So go ahead and visit the website and give us a call with any questions you may have.
Or come and check us out for yourself. We would love to have you join in.
You're watching live the Lady Eagles opener of the 2014-2015 basketball season. Their opponent tonight, Judson University. And the score is Eagles 31 and Judson University 26. Let's look at some stats from the first half. For the Eagles, Alyssa Loudermilk led with 13 points, playing 15 minutes, and Mabel Valdez followed her with 6 points, and she played 16 minutes. So over the first half, Coach Jared Sellers was able to rotate a lot at a time, 4 and 5 at a time, as we saw. It was a pretty regular thing for Coach Sellers as they kept up this lively, fast, energetic defense to keep Judson University, who only brought 7 players with them tonight, on their toes. But Judson University has stuck right with them. They have had a deficit of as much as 13 points, and then they have fought back, and this is only a 5-point basketball game we're looking at going here into the second half. For the Eagles, one thing they struggled with in the first half was free throws. They were 6 from 17 from the free throw line. Judson University was 8 for 15. And for Judson University, Yvonne Nguyen had 7 points playing 20 minutes. And their best player, Graham, was in foul trouble late in the first half. So we'll see how their coach adjusts here in the second half. And we'll see what Coach Sellers throws at them new maybe here at the beginning of the second half. And we're excited to see the rest of this home opener for the Lady Eagles 2014-2015 basketball season.
Coach Sellers is going to start with his starting lineup, and that's a wise decision. When the starters are in, the Pensacola Christian Eagles are superior. It was when he started substituting and he got into his 11th and 12th and 13th off the bench. That allowed Judson to kind of come back into this thing. I think the confidence is there that the Eagles can win this game with the talent on the court right now.
Mm-hmm. If I'm Coach Sellers, I leave these girls in until they're tired.
I leave them in at least for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I let them get this lead, back up, work hard, make that defense strong again.
The last thing you wanted to do is give Judson an opportunity to think that they're in this game, and right now they think they're in this game.
Exactly.
They're going to call a blocking foul on Lydia Hempstead, and if that's the case, that's her third foul. It's a quick one. If you remember, she picked up 2 quick fouls in the first half. There's Loudermilk with the steal, looking down court to Valdez, has to recover. Dangerous cross-court pass. Now Loudermilk again, that's off. Judson will get the basketball, trailing by 5 points. This is Pensacola Christian College Lady Eagles basketball via live stream. And we thank you if you're watching this with us on a Tuesday evening. Thank you. And we asked for a competitive basketball game. We've got it. Good defense that time from Hempstead. Arms straight up. They couldn't call the block foul that time. And this is Ship. Thought about it. Now she's going to take it up top to Loudermilk. Over in the corner to Valdez, and it's another turnover. 2 quick turnovers in the first minute. And that brings Coach Sellers out of his seat.
Yeah, he can't be happy with that coming right out of halftime. I'm sure they addressed the turnovers. Then they get 2 quick turnovers, so it's exactly the opposite of what they talked about in the locker room.
Another turnover for Judson. So let's see if the Lady Eagles can capitalize on that turnover. This is Davis all the way under the Loudermilk. Good look. Loudermilk hard to the floor. And it will stay with Judson. Alyssa took a hard fall. I don't know if she's shaken up maybe a little bit. Zorka will probably go in and spell her. And there's a foul on Ship. Close guarding her. Coach Sellers imploring her to move your feet.
You know, with both teams playing such tight defense, I would really like to see the referees just let the girls play for a while, let them get some physical basketball going on and not be so touchy with these fouls. But tonight, they're calling everything.
But they're consistent,
so
Richard.
They are consistent. You're right.
And you can't ask for anything else.
We'll see who that's on.
Probably Mabel.
Looks like she just fell to the ground, and then Mabel tripped and fell on top of her, but
it's foul on Mabel.
he'll stick with his call.
You know, Ashlyn Ingram just hasn't had a good shot tonight. There's a touch foul, Yvonne Wynn. And if this is the way it's going to go in this half with touch fouls, Judson College is in trouble.
No, you're right.
They only brought 7, and they've already got a couple in foul trouble. There's Zorka. Likes that corner.
That'll be good. Just like last half, Jeff, that baseline is wide open when they get it back and forth, back and forth. They're able to get it into the baseline, and they're able to make that shot every time almost.
There's Ingram again with a blown layup. Here comes Zorka. She's going to take it all the way for a 15-footer.
She came to play in the second half. You know, we saw big things from Alyssa Loudermilk at the beginning of the first half. And now Zorka subbed in for her, and now she's got 4 points in a row there.
Yeah, Alyssa came out of the game a couple of minutes ago after she went hard to the floor. I don't know if coach is letting her gain her composure. She'll be back quickly, though. This is Mo Davis. Mabel Valdez in the corner, yes.
And there it is for the Eagles.
Now they're looking good in transition.
Coach Sellers happy about that last play for sure. Waiting patiently, getting the 2 or 3 passes, cutting it out on the outside again, and making the baseline jumper.
Maddie Casal underneath. That is Phillips, and it's going to be who they call the foul on. I thought they were going to call it on Hempstead, but yeah, they do.
Yep, and it's 4 on her.
Lydia Hempstead with 4 fouls.
Coach Sellers looking to the bench after the desk here told her she has 4 fouls. And he can't be happy about that. His biggest girl on the floor having to get out with 4 fouls early in the second half. Loudermilk will go in for her.
You know, normally for a countermeasure, when you see the opponent's big player go out, you try to get it inside, but I haven't seen anything from Judson to tell me they're able to do that regardless of who's in there.
Well, I think our size overall matches up well with Judson. They don't have anybody absolutely really much taller than us, and we don't have anybody a lot taller than them, and so we're able to just match up well. And there's 4 points in a row for Mabel Valdez for the Eagles. Wynn wide open up top.
Oh, Mabel Valdez on a reach.
Oh.
I call that a frustration foul because she really did not follow the rebound and allowed Wynn to get the easy rebound, then she reached.
Yeah, the foul count's now 5-1 in favor of Judson University. We didn't see as many fouls called at the beginning of the first half, but he's really calling a lot here at the beginning of the second.
So Judson did exactly what I didn't think they were going to be able to do. They went underneath the Phillips. We'll have to watch that very closely. There's Zorka from the corner. Mo Davis. Good look to Alyssa Loudermilk. And Coach Ellis is going to take a timeout and talk about the baseline defense.
It'll be a full timeout here from Coach Sellers. With all these fouls here at the beginning of the second half, what do you tell the girls about defense? Knowing that these refs are going to be calling it a lot tighter here in the second half,
well,
how do they play?
What he's telling them, and they haven't gotten it yet, you need to defend with your feet and not your hands. And he's begging them, please use your feet, be smart about it. So, I mean, that's all you can do is keep telling them until they finally figure it out. And a lot of times the way you figure it out is you've got 3 or 4 fouls and you're on the bench.
Yep, going to have to play a little bit farther off, but you're going to play the right kind of defense now. And Coach Scheller said at the beginning of the game that we do have these inexperienced players on the Lady Eagles team, and maybe that's just part of the inexperience, needing to know from the difference from high school to college how touchy they're going to be with the fouls and how they're going to call them, and especially from gym to gym is different as well.
Yeah, I don't know if this happens a lot, but in high school ball, a lot of times, some of these smaller Christian schools, they only have 2 officials.
Right. Only have 2 officials, and they're really lenient because it's 2 Christian
schools.
Well,
they can't call everything.
Exactly.
They just can't call it. They don't see it.
Right.
3 officials, they generally see they generally see the perimeter touch fouls.
Right. Well, Mabel Valdez again closely guarding that number 15. They've exchanged some words plenty of times tonight. I'd love to hear what they're saying to each other, but I'm sure it's a good conversation.
Loudermilk traveled. I believe that's the first travel of the night on either team.
Yeah.
Alyssa saw that lane down the left baseline and got too ahead of herself and drug that pivot foot.
One thing, though, Coach Sellers cannot be happy with these turnovers. I mean, they have had so many turnovers tonight on both ends of the court that they're going to have to work on that this week in practice.
2 times down the court for Judson. They were able to get it underneath that time to Ingram.
Looking to Zorka again for that outside shooting. It'll stay Eagles ball. A good hustle there by Mabel Valdez.
Dangerous pass. There's Davis in the corner.
Oh, trigger from Davis, and there it is.
That baseline, Richard, has been open almost all night.
And there's a travel from Judson University. You know, another thing about Coach Sellers is that he never lets his team get too excited about any one play. He keeps them focused on the task at hand. And there are some good plays we've seen tonight, but he is focused on what they're doing.
Had a good look.
She did. Almost fell twice in a row for her.
Lazy pass. Ooh. Nice block out of bounds from Graham, but Graham's going to pick up her 4th foul. And because of foul trouble, Graham has been pretty much non-existent in this game. And that's not helping Judson College at all.
And I'm sure a lot of her fouls might be just pure frustration fouls because we've been guarding her so closely, and she's been taking out her frustration on defense and getting called for it every time. And there's Loudermilk seeking her first and her second. That's a lot better start here the second half of free throw shooting for the Eagles than in the first.
So the Lady Eagles have been able to build on this lead with their starters back up to a 13-point lead.
Yeah, and we said that they needed to play about the first 10 minutes, and they've played 6 out of those 10 minutes. The only substitution being Lydia Hempstead being in foul trouble, and Zork has been she's been a great asset early in the first half.
That's a nice turnaround jumper from Ingram, and Ingram has been able to capitalize a couple of times in the paint. Zorka from the corner. Nice rebound. Good thought, but it's a turnover.
Judson looking every time now to set it up. With Graham out of the game, they have nobody to go to in transition.
Now they're going in again to Ingram. Tied up, and Eagles basketball. Good, quick, smart defense from Mabel Valdez. But you saw what they did again. They went inside to Ingram. They're trying to capitalize with Hempstead not being in the game. Ship directing traffic. Now they're going to swing it around to Davis. She had a good look at it. Loudermilk now with the rebound. Mabel Valdez. Mo Davis. Nobody can get a basket on this possession. Here comes Judson College down by 11. Katie McIntyre. And just like that, it's back down to a 9-point lead for the Lady Eagles. Oh, good move by Hannah Ship.
She'll finish at the basket.
Best move of the night.
Hannah Ship, the veteran, in her 4th year with the Eagles. It's a rebound by Ship on the other end, and she'll bring it up the floor one more time. The Eagles 4-on-3. Nothing in transition, but Ship to the basket again, and she sinks the layup. There's 4 in a row from Ship.
Judson is tired. There were 3 players just walking up the court that time.
We said early on in this basketball game that the deep bench of the Eagles was going to come to play later in the game with only 7 players by Judson. And we're seeing that right now in the beginning half of the second half.
Alyssa Loudermilk's going to pick up a foul as Bianca Phillips for Judson College with an opportunity for 2 free throws. That's Alyssa's first foul, team foul number 6. So from here on out, Judson will be in the bonus at the free throw line.
That's a long time to be in the bonus in a game like this. You can only hope that they maybe don't make many free throws and the Eagles don't foul very much. And even though the Judson team is tired, I don't count them out of this basketball game yet, Jeff. I can see their coach doing some great strategy. I can see these girls finding some grit at the end of this game to fight back and to maybe pull back on this lead that the Eagles have. But we'll see if the Eagles can contain and continue to score here.
Good defense from Judson College as the Eagles tried to work it underneath and were unsuccessful. As they find a cutter to the basket, that's Phillips, no good. Rebound, no good. Hannah Ship bringing the ball off the court. It's a 5-on-3 fast break. They're going to kick it back out to Loudermilk. She had a good look at it. And right now the Lady Eagles are just out hustling Judson.
I think it'll stay white ball there. Looks like it's going to be a timeout.
Let's take timeout with them here. 49-38 Lady Eagles.
Coming off a timeout, 30-second timeout, Coach Jared Sellers. And it'll be, looks like it's going to be Eagles ball here down under the basket.
These cross-court passes make me nervous.
Oh.
They had no rhythm out of a timeout. Neither does Judson on that offensive possession. Well, if you like turnovers, you're watching the right game.
And, you know, I think one thing that has to play into factor in this game tonight is that it's a Tuesday night game. I'm sure all these girls today have already had to go to class. The Judson team had to travel here today after going to class this morning maybe. And just a lot of different things are on their mind, which on a weekend game, maybe a Saturday night or so, they're able to have the whole day to focus, to get ready for the game, to play their best that night. And even on a Friday night, they have nothing to worry about the next day as far as classes go. They can just play their game and be done, which the middle of the week games, I'm sure, are more tough to play for anybody.
The Lady Eagles don't get much of a break. They have to travel to Knoxville to play in the Johnson University Fall Tournament Friday and Saturday.
And this tournament on the road will be a good factor to see how the Eagles play on the road this year. They've had 2 road games, but they've both been extremely close to home, only 45 minutes to an hour away. This Knoxville trip will be about an 8-hour trip, and we'll see how they play once they travel and get ready to play and then play several games in a row, like a tournament setting.
Some of these passes right now for the Lady Eagles they're telegraphing where they're going.
Right.
And it's keeping Judson in this game.
Right.
I'm just going to be blunt and tell you that Judson has no business being this close in this game right now. There's Hannah Ship from the top of the key.
She'll sink it.
And that's a three-pointer, and that'll put the Lady Eagles back up by 12. As you see on your screen, 52-40. Halfway through the second half.
You're right, though. The Judson University team does not have any business being in this game. With the Eagles missing 9 free throws in the 11 free throws in the first half, and I would assume maybe almost 20 turnovers this game so far. I'm sure that this lead could be 20, maybe even 30 with making some of these other baskets and these free baskets. They haven't really made too many mistakes down low. They've finished on their layups and on their transition, and I think with the made free throws worked on in practice this week, they'll be able to have some really, really good things happening going into this tournament next weekend.
You wonder how much different it would be for Judson had Dana Graham not had 4 fouls.
Right.
And had to set out a lot of the ball game because of foul trouble. That's Maddie Casal, number 4. Cuts the lead back to 9 for Judson. Here's Loudermilk. She's going to try to answer with her own 3.
Judson has no numbers, 4 on 2.
And when being harassed on defense by Bethel. A quick shot by Judson, and the Lady Eagles going to bring it back down the court.
Yeah, Judson had no time or nobody to set up with that possession, and they just had to throw it away.
Here's Bethel. Little weave action with Loudermilk. And Loudermilk will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yvonne Wynn called for the personal foul. That's foul number 3 on Wynn.
That foul was almost on the floor there. If she hadn't jumped at that last second, I feel like we'd just be on the line and inbounding the ball. But there she goes making the first. That'll be 3 for 3 here in the second half for Loudermilk. That's much better than the first half. Free throws from the Lady Eagles. And she sinks them both. And it's an 11-point lead for the Eagles.
Wynn thought about it. Better part of wisdom, go underneath. That's really a travel. Didn't call it, but it's a turnover anyway. Searcy underneath. Tried to work it into her. She had nowhere to go with it. Threw it out of bounds. Mm-hmm. And Ingram will come back into the game, number 22 for Judson.
This Judson team just has no life right now on the floor.
Yeah,
they're just really
they're tired.
They're
tired.
Discouraged maybe even the way they've played, and their demeanor on the court right now is just not one that says, "Hey, I'm ready to get back in this basketball game."
Ship thought about taking it, and she's going to take it. Good turnaround.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. Wonderful finish there by Hannah Ship.
Just smooth.
She had the little jab step. She went. She was patient, and then she was able to open up on the outside.
So it was a little premature when I said that Loudermilk was maybe the best player. Hannah Ship showing some talent there as well, and with her experience and with Loudermilk, I see a couple of players on this Eagles team that can carry them to maybe another regional title this year.
And, Ship and Loudermilk off the court are inseparable. They are always hanging out together around campus, always going to practice together, looking for the open. And now look at them working the chemistry on the floor there. Loudermilk almost finishes underneath.
Well, she had Kendall underneath and missed the pass. Caught Loudermilk on the cut. Mrs. Cassell, pretty shot.
2 in a row for her. So even with the contested shot, she sunk that 3.
She's a good shooter.
Mm-hmm. Looks like they're bringing in Mabel DeValdez for defense now.
Zorka.
Just a bit short.
And here comes Cassell. She's going to take another one. Thought she was fouled. No call.
She jumped into that one there. They're not going to call that.
Here's Hannah Ship. Loudermilk.
And there it is. The duo right down here like we were just talking about. The assist from Ship and then 2 points from Loudermilk.
So Davis and Van Hook and Valdez set the check in. There's Wynn. And stolen away. This is Ingram, and Ingram's going to be fouled.
Loudermilk intended that pass for Emily Kendall, but she was already halfway up the court before she could look back for the ball.
So not as tall of a lineup, but still a quick defensive team here. Let's see where the offense is going to come from with this 5 that's on the floor right now. Possibly Mo Davis.
Mo Davis.
That's where your offense is going to have to come from unless they're trying to work it in to Kendall underneath.
Mm-hmm. And, number 21, Elizabeth Helder, last year a few times she really did well scoring for the Eagles from the 15-foot range. So we'll see what
Davis
she does
with the
here.
back door.
Oh,
They had it down, and it was just a little over her head from Mabel.
She got a little bit overexcited there and overthrew the pass, but it was a good look. It'll be a full timeout from Judson University.
Coach Sellers taking a timeout. He's talking to Mabel. He said, you don't need to force this stuff. You're up by 11. Play smart. Let's take a timeout with him here. .6:43 to go in the second half action here. Lady Eagles basketball. Lady Eagles 58-47. And it could be a whole lot worse had they hit their free throws in the first half and hadn't turned the ball over a couple dozen times. But those are things you build on. And as the season goes on, we should see the turnovers start to go down. Valdez is going to take it all the way in and miss the layup.
Ooh.
Offensive rebound, Kendall, and Kendall will go to the line to shoot 2. Pensacola Christian is still not in the bonus. Only 4 team fouls against Judson College. Judson down by 12 with 6 minutes to go. Good defense by Van Hook that time. She is all over Cassell. Now Wynn's going to take control here. 15 on the shot clock. There's Wynn. 10 on the shot clock. Had nowhere to go with it. I think she rushed it. Great defense that time from the Lady Eagles.
It's a good spot-up shot by Morgan Van Hook. Just couldn't get it to fall. Offensive rebound.
Wynn had a good look at it, just did not drop. And you got to give it to Judson. They are still hustling. I think Wynn is shaking up over on the far side.
Yeah, that was a hard fall. She fell right into the bleachers over there. Looks like she's going to stay in the game, though. And they'll bring Lydia Hempstead back in with 4 fouls, and we'll see if she can make it here in these last 5 minutes without getting another one.
Well, it's going to keep Judson honest now.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be as apt to maybe try to take it inside and force them to shoot some ill-advised shots from the perimeter. Mabel Valdez and Van Hook playing the weave on the outside. This is Mo Davis now. Van Hook. She had a good look at it just off the front. Jump ball is going to go back to the Pensacola Christian Eagles.
No, it'll be a Judson ball.
Judson ball, excuse me. And that's Casal being harassed. She's good.
She is putting on a shooting clinic here tonight.
She is the real deal, and she's a freshman.
4 or 5 contested shots swished right in the basket.
Valdez took advantage of the poor defense, could not capitalize, and here comes Wynn. 2-on-4. She's going to have to pull up. It's an open shot for McIntyre. Off the iron is Casal, and I believe they're going to call a foul on Phillips with reaching her arms around, and they do. 5 team fouls now against Judson College. So the starting lineup is back in.
Mm-hmm.
And Coach Sellers has pretty much stuck with 7 key players in this second half. Ship's going to take it all the way in and miss the shot, but Lydia's there to put it in.
Hannah Ship is money there with that crossover dribble.
Yes.
She fakes her defender out every single time and gets open to the basket.
There's Cassell again.
Oh. If she had been shooting like that all night, this would have been a totally different game. I can tell you that. She didn't even come in until late in the first half, and then she has played at least 20 minutes here in the second half, and I'm sure she has almost 15 points now. 3 3-pointers and 2 right inside the arc.
They want to post up Hempstead. Instead, they're going to post up Davis. Davis with the look to Loudermilk and a reach foul. That's Graham.
That'll be her 5th.
And Graham will go out of the game pretty much ineffective. And we thought coming into the game that Graham would be one of the key players, but foul trouble has just completely taken her out of the game. So Kristen Telly, a junior from Decatur, Alabama, she will come in for Graham.
Great inbound pass there. Saw the open look. Defender was shuffled, got the foul. Now she has a chance for a 3-point play. Coach Sellers telling Mabel Valdez and Lydia both that they have 4 fouls.
Are they telling her that, or are they telling her to guard number 4? That could be what it is.
Right.
She's right now, Cassell is really the only threat. Oh, Hannah thought about it, but she's going to try to run some clock. Maybe not.
Another quick foul. Would be on number 12, Judson University. Wynn not happy about that call at all.
Well, we wondered what a 7-lady rotation would do, and it's just the Eagles have just worn them down.
I think they only have 9, maybe 11 on their roster in the first place. So it makes me think that maybe this Judson College, is this a rebuilding of their program right now? Or maybe just a cutback from their past years?
Their roster from last year, they had probably twice as many players. But it's tough when you only bring 7. It's just you have to play perfect, no foul, flawless basketball. And the shooting of Cassell has kept them in it a little bit, but crowd like screaming for a travel on that from McIntyre, but McIntyre is going to go to the line for 2.
2:37 left here to go in the Lady Eagles home opener of the 2014-2015 basketball season. Lady Eagles have led the entire way. Judson College cut it within to 2, and now the Lady Eagles lead by 12 points. We were talking about those watching tonight. Thank you for watching Tuesday night here on live stream at the Arlen R. Horton Sports Center Arena. It looks like the Lady Eagles will try to start running some time off the clock and see what they can do here at the end of this basketball game.
Casal with a nice behind-the-back dribble. She is just fun to watch. Hempstead just picked up her 5th. Lydia was not in position and got the blocking foul, and Coach Sellers is going to have to make a decision here. Who's he going to bring in?
I say he goes to Zorka. Maybe. No, he's going to go with the size in number 22, Monica T. So he stays with the size rather than going with the offensive player.
I'm going to talk to Monica again before the next game, and I'm going to get her name right.
Yeah, Monica is
Last year I had it down. I fooled myself. So with a 12-point lead, the Eagles looks like they're still going to run their offense, but maybe be a little more patient. It's hard not to take that shot.
Wide open, 15-foot. That's textbook right there. Cassell. Mo Davis underneath with the rebound. We've already said several times tonight, but we'll see the Lady Eagles again this weekend in action as they go to a tournament in Knoxville, Tennessee, their first tournament of the season, and really their first test to see how they're going to play on the road during tournament basketball, especially over Christmas. They have a 7.5, 8-hour road trip this weekend to go to this tournament. They'll play 3 games, come back, and we'll see how they do. Also at a tournament right now is our Lady Eagles volleyball team. They're at the National Christian Association, the national tournament in Kissimmee, Florida. They got the at-large bid, finishing 3rd in their region. And they have a very good chance, from what was said in interviews and online, that they have a very good chance of maybe coming out with a national title, Jeff. The only team in front of them, Clearwater, we played here 2 weeks ago and almost beat them in 4 sets.
Should have won.
Should have won that game.
Well, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
They're in the tournament, and I looked at the seeding, and we've got a nice setup for seeding. Even as an at-large, we got a better seeding than some teams that qualified, by winning their tournaments. So it's extremely exciting that the Lady Eagles volleyball team is in the Nationals with an opportunity to put Pensacola Christian College with another title, with a title other than a regional title.
Great pass by Mabel Valdez, and the finish by Monica T. And Coach Sellers will take a 30-second timeout with 1 minute and 2 seconds to left here to go in the Lady Eagles opener against Judson University. And as Coach Sellers takes this last timeout, we will take a timeout with him.
As always, our technical crew did an outstanding job tonight. Toby Neal, Dakota Wilson, Mark Labbins, and Logan Allen on the cameras. Nick Ryan and Tim Parsons in the back, master control, doing a masterful job. And we certainly appreciate all the hard work these folks put in. They've worked all day, and then they come here and they put this broadcast on for you via live stream. We certainly appreciate that. Our next live stream event is Monday night, Monday the 17th. It's a doubleheader, ladies and men. And we look forward to that. If you have Twitter, at Eagles PCC is the Pensacola Christian College sports Twitter account. And they update that routinely, and they should be able to keep you updated with the men who are in action tonight in Mobile, Alabama, and then with the ladies volleyball tournament this week, and then the ladies basketball tournament in Tennessee this weekend. And the men are in action here in Pensacola this Saturday night as well. That will not be streamed.
Well, with 30 seconds to go and a 14-point lead from the Eagles, I really don't see any sense in fouling from Judson University, but it looks like they're going to try to play the game out to the fullest extent that they can.
Brooke Bronis comes in for Ashley Bethel. Bethel gets a nice hand from her coaching staff for her defense. She did a great job tonight.
And the freshman, number 12, will go to the line for the Eagles, Danielle Crocker. Well, we saw a great game last week at the boys' opener. They came up just short in double overtime, but the girls' opener tonight has also been a great game to watch for our fans here and our fans watching by live stream. We hope that you have enjoyed the Eagles basketball opener, and we are looking forward to the wonderful rest of the season. Jeff, I know we have a lot of exciting games coming up in the new year as we get two underneath from 22 Monica T. And this game will play out. But, Jeff, we're looking forward to the rest of the season with the Lady Eagles as they get their first win of the season here at home against Judson University. Final score, Eagles 71, Judson College 55. And I'm sure, as we said, there's a lot of things to still work on, but it's wonderful to see a win here for their first game of their 2014-2015 season. It's been a wonderful time tonight. Again, I'm Richard Moses. Next to me is Jeff Surgeon, and he'll take us home.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the Lady Eagles do on their tournament this weekend. Once again, you can follow it on Twitter at Eagles PCC. And our next streaming event, as I mentioned, will be on the 17th. Ladies in action against Huntington College, 5 p.m. Central. And then the men play Reinhardt about a half an hour following the ladies' game. That'll be streamed here on the live stream. Once again, our score from Pensacola, Florida, Pensacola Christian Lady Eagles 71, Judson College Eagles 55. Have a good evening.